Hello, good evening, and it's nice to be back after some time off from this channel. Yes, the burning issue right now in Nigeria about the wife of the governor of Bayelsa State, um, Dr. Mrs. Gloria Diri, and the rattle coordinator in Bayelsa State, Living Osunwosu, Odinaka. I think I will have to lend my voice to this because it has to do with human rights abuse. And then the justice system of Nigeria at the moment is at the low. We're talking about the wife of a governor. Yeah, if you notice very well, I refuse to call her first lady because that acronym or that uh, name or whatsoever that title is alien to our constitution in Nigeria. There's nothing like office of the first lady, whether of the federal or the state or even the local government. Now I hear first lady and local government councils and the rest of them. So the first lady, like I said, is alien, and so I'll be referring to her as the wife of the governor of Bayelsa State, Mrs. Gloria uh, Diri. Now, it is very, very unfortunate and disheartening that in this 21st century we are having people like you in the corridors of power. I used to be a very good fan of your husband, maybe because of how he fought the forces around to be able to get to the government house until recently when he began to lose focus. And now the wife has come to lend credence to this very issue. You could imagine that a young man, Levinos, brought a girl that was abused, brutalized, and we were seeking for justice. And you came up with a very long epistle promising heaven and earth to the young girl and ended up giving the girl just 5,000, 10,000, and 5,000, 15,000. With that monumental injustice on her. And then you've been frustrating the legal system that would have offered the young girl justice in your state. And after almost how long now, the young man just came up to remind you of your promise. And I didn't see any abusive language there or whatsoever. He was simply reminding you of what you promised, not under duress. Nobody forced you to promise. And the next thing was for you to use the apparatus of the state, the Nigerian police who had refused to purge themselves of stupidity, purge themselves of colonial mentality, to arrest Living Osunwosu and then send him to jail. And then you even had the mind to tell the judge, and I want to believe that judge is a drunk judge, to remand him for 30 days. That is absurd. That is an abuse of human rights, abuse of humanity, abuse of office, abuse of everything sane. It is very, very unfortunate that I see people like you, and I began to wonder, how did we get here? Having someone named the beast in the corridor of power. First and foremost, you parade yourself as a first lady is illegal. It's unconstitutional. And I don't know why the government in Nigeria are not taking it upon themselves to challenge this, nonsense around the country. First lady of what? Who made you the first lady? Which law? There have been illegal, budgeting of money, wasting and spending of money on non-entities in the name of first lady. Now we'll soon have first daughter as first son, just as is happening in the federal. Is this not the madness that is taken so far? So I want to join voice to tell you, woman, respect yourself and release Living Osunwosu. We need him released in a very short time. Else, we are going to give you the publicity you will not like. The rattle movement do not choke. And so at this point in time, whatever you see, you're going to take it. Maybe you have not been following the trend in Nigeria. That is the fourth arm of government. We don't joke. When we are coming out for you, we're coming out with our full chest. So if you think you can be silent your husband, pretending as if he's not seeing what is going on, and you think you can use a state apparatus against the poor people in the society, woman, a time will come that government house will be too tough for you to go in. We want to call on His Excellency, the former president of Nigeria, Dr. Ebele Goodluck Jonathan, to wade into this and call the woman, Mrs. Gloria Diri, to order. The husband, call your wife to order and tell her to enter house and make come again. We ain't joking here, and we meant every business we've just talked about. Get your hands off Living Osunwosu. If anything happens to that young man, then you will know that even in Nigeria, even when you try to abuse the law will always come back at you at the right time. Thank you.